What's up, YouTube? This is Too Raw for TV. So, I just finished seeing the first episode of the much anticipated HBO docuseries, Winning Time: The Rise of the Lakers Dynasty. It premiered on Sunday, March the 6th, and just finished watching it. I know that Magic Johnson said he did not look forward to this series premiere back in December when it was announced that this would be debuting in a couple of months. So I watched it and I liked it. I liked it a lot. Um, Pretty much this episode focused on two different plots. It was two different things going on. Number one, Dr. Jerry Buss was at that, it was showing the time when Dr. Jerry Buss was trying to purchase the team from Jack Kent Cook, who at the time was a longtime owner of the Lakers throughout the 60s and the 1970s. So it was showing his efforts, his struggles to purchase the team. He didn't have the straight up cash for it, so he had to pay part cash. What was it? Land that he owned or property that he owned. Um, and he had to write. He had to have like a check. He didn't have the straight up cash all at hand to purchase. So that was his struggle for that. Then you see Magic Johnson, Irvin Magic Johnson, in the initial stages of his NBA career. Actually, before his career, it was the time period after his collegiate career and when he became eligible for the draft. And it focuses on the decision whether or not the Lakers would actually go forth and go through the decision in drafting him. There were some who felt that him playing the point guard position would not work because the team already had Norm Nixon, who was their point guard, their all-star point guard, and there were some who felt like a 6'9" point guard would struggle. There had never been a point guard that height in the NBA. He was not a good shooter, Magic, and also when you're that tall, logic tends to uh, forego that you're going to have a lot of turnovers, all right? Because when you're dribbling, you're dribbling at twice the height of a normal point guard. So there was a lot of doubts as to whether or not he would actually be a star. So the episode begins with a fast forward to the lowest point of Magic Johnson's life. A quick fast forward to the lowest point of his life. And then it rewinds back to 1979, introduces us to Jerry Buss, introduces us to Magic Johnson, his father, senior, his mother briefly. They show Larry Bird, the guy that plays Larry Bird, briefly, but I'm assuming he'll be featured more prominently later on. It does introduce us to Norm Nixon, introduces us to Kareem. Um, the guy that really jumps out at me in this episode is two characters. Well, two actual figures, but portrayed by actors. Jack Kent Cook comes across as uh, mercurial. He comes across as snobbish. He comes across as deceitful, deleterious, and a bigot. Okay, but Jerry West steals the show, man. It's exaggerated. It's played up. It's played up for entertainment purposes, but they kind of nail certain aspects of Jerry West's personality: the competitiveness, the fire, the intensity, his constant unhappiness. The depression. At that time, I believe he had a heavy drinking problem. All right, these are things that you sort of see in his performance, and it does show later on Magic's temporary loss of confidence, and whether or not he could actually make it in the NBA. and it's a good. That was a really good episode, and I like this show, man. And those of you who like the NBA, love the 1980s, love NBA history, you'll love this. I think you'll love this docu series. So I'm gonna watch this one every week and do a review about the episode every week. But those of you who watched it, tell me what you guys think. Try not to reveal too much in the comment section because a lot of people haven't watched it yet. But tell me what you guys think about it so far if you watched it.